Hey, welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. This is my typical day. People always ask me, why don't you do a video on your typical day? Well, this is it, really. No matter all the videos you watch about the Philippines, the beaches, the nightlife, BGC and all that, really it boils down to this. This is what you're gonna do most of the time over here. And some people just can't handle it. If you master this, just kicking back, doing nothing, basically, you've got it made. But if you think you always have to be ripping and running and taking trips and riding around the Philippines on a motorcycle, you can only do that so much. There's only so much of that stuff you can do. I had to learn how to do this, how to kick back. Y'all know I've always been a reader. And right now, my day really is, believe it or not, these 3 books is what I've been reading. Ta-Nehisi Coates, We Were 8 Years in Power. I should have finished this a long time ago, but then a friend of mine gave me The Creature from Jekyll Island, a second look at the Federal Reserve. You know how the Federal Reserve was created. And then I got this book, We Were in Bacallic, at the National Bookstore. I got this for 99 pesos, a biography of the Rolling Stones. And that's basically what I do. I'm even thinking about making a garden. Is that what you do? Create a garden, developing a garden, whatever it is, because the soil is so fertile here. You see this tree behind me? This was a tiny little thing only a couple of months ago. It was so tiny we had to put a fence around it so the dogs wouldn't knock it over. And sometimes they have cows and they have goats over here. It wouldn't knock the thing down. Now look at it. It's a full-grown tree. But yeah, this is it, man. This is why my cost of living is not so expensive. Okay, remember I come from the rat race over in America. I was an insurance agent. I'm talking about, I was busy. I mean, telephone calls, appointments, you name it, paying bills, taking care of my family and all that, right? It's like, and then I come over here and everything stopped, man. And it was crazy at the beginning. I couldn't handle it. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it over here. But once I realized, this is what I needed. Ripping and running all the time. Being busy doesn't always mean being productive. And sometimes it's better to just relax. This is what I worked 40 years for. So I can relax and do whatever it is I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it. After the Holy Week, we're going to go to Bohol or one of these fancy beaches. But for the most part, man, you don't do that. We don't do that. And this is the real untold story of the Philippines. Okay, we don't talk about this. So it's like you're getting blindsided when you come over here. Because after a while, there's only so many beaches you can see. There's only so many malls and all that you can go to. Night clubs and all that, right? And you're settled with this. And this is where the rubber hits the road. And a lot of people can't handle it. We're not used to peace and quiet. We're used to chaos. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. Once you master this, man, your cost of living goes way down, guys. Okay? We eat at home most of the time. And I'm not going out, even though we went out 2 times last week because of, actually this week. Because last week once and this week once. Booby graduated and then Sophia graduated. Other than that, they're cooking lunch now. Probably fish and vegetables and rice. That's it. Okay, you sit around here, you piddle around out here doing something, find something that I can hire somebody to fix, go to the gym. That's it. I'm out in the middle of nowhere for real. I actually live in the city. This is the city proper where we live. It's just an undeveloped subdivision, but St. Carl City really is in the middle of nowhere when you talk about going to different places, traveling somewhere. Like, I'm 5 hours from Dumaguete. I'm about 2.5 hours by bus from McCulloch. I'm about another 3.5 to 4 hours away from Cebu by ferry and bus. Okay, so you better get used to just, being with yourself. Okay, that's why it's very important that you come over here and build your life first. Find you a place you really like. Don't be following anybody. Put in your mind what you're looking for. Are you looking for the serenity of this? Are you looking for the city? What is it that you're looking for? Because this is where you're going to be the majority of your time. You're not going to be running around, guys. Okay? I just want to tell you that. I love it now, once I got used to it. But it takes a while coming from there. It's like running full speed and then coming to a complete stop. Okay, it is a culture shock. But man, this is the life for me. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. Certainly my friends in America. It's like, wow, that's all you do is, they think I'm sitting around doing nothing. No, I'm being very productive. I'm being very productive, ladies and gentlemen. But remember, this is what I worked 40 years for. Okay, this is what I worked for, I'm living the life I've always wanted to live. I don't have to work. Okay? My bills are very small. My biggest bill every month is my electric bill. It was 8,818 pesos this month. I went ahead and paid it early. So with the dollar being as strong as it is, what is that? About $130 or something? My water bill was $400 and something. That's about, what? $8. Less than $8. And food, that's it. Our house is fully paid. We pay about, the taxes going up. The first year, this will be our 5th year owning the house. So the first year was $1,700. Last year was 5,000 pesos in taxes, property taxes, which is less than $100. But you see it's steadily going up because the value of the property goes up. I'm not one of those guys that's going to sit around and talk down on the Philippines or even talk up, because it's too much going on over here. You can get in where you fit in, but you don't see the trash. You don't see the beggars. You don't see any of that stuff. It's out there if I want to see it. But I don't do that, because when you get over here, you're going to have to find your own little comfort zone. Just like you built one over there, I would suggest you build one over here. They're petitioning now to have a road comes through here, and if that's successful, all this is going to change. Okay, but for right now, this is my life, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, it is. It's not the excitement that people try to make it out to be. You can't do that every day. You don't have the money to do it. I'm talking about the average expat that comes over here. We don't have that kind of money to be staying in Boracay and Panglao and Palawan and all that all the time. Not even just to go to Sapaway Island. Okay? You better find you something to do at home. Get with this relaxation mode. Learn how to stop. Okay? This isn't the place for you. This isn't the place for you. See? Everybody thinks that this place is about women, lower cost of living, beaches. That's all here. But this is mostly what you're going to be doing. So if you can't do that, you may want to retire somewhere else. That's why you see so many people come in here. They get it. This is why we work our whole lives for. I didn't leave one rat race just to get involved with another one. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. This is what I do most of my days. I've spent kickback, relaxed, okay, reading, I may watch a documentary, a couple of YouTube videos or something like that, go to the gym, maybe go to the grocery store. You know, me and Merlin maybe just sit in there laughing and giggling. This is what my life is. And it's probably what's going to be your life too. Okay, this is how I control my expenses. Even if I could afford to do that, which we could afford to go, you know, to a beach or something once or twice a month, I wouldn't do it. It's just a waste of money. Okay? So if in America, if in the Philippines, wherever you are, finding your heart to help somebody. Now the day goes by that I don't help somebody. See, that's another thing I do. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Know what you're getting into when you retire in the Philippines. It's not a never-ending party. It doesn't matter what visa you decide you want to acquire, because that's another story. I've been over here going on 8 years on a tourist visa, and people are mad at you about that. Why? I don't know. You know, they don't get it yet. They don't get that, hey, I'm only on Earth for a very short period of time. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to be worried about what somebody else is doing. Okay? But that's one of the good things about coming here. They've got that long-term stay visa. You go 3 years, you leave for 1 day, come back and start all over. It doesn't say how many times you can do it. The Philippine government made the rules, not the expats who are mad at you for doing it because they've got one of those fancy visas. But learn to relax, learn to stop, okay? And man, you'll have a best life you ever dreamed about. All that other stuff is just icing on the cake. Remember I told y'all a long time ago, the Philippines is the cake. All the rest of that stuff, it's the icing, guys.
Boots on the ground, don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers, a tribute through music.
If I don't know nothing, I know